Hello and welcome to our video presentation on the four horsemen of the apocalypse, angels and astrology elements east and west. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are related to the seventh sign of horse in the Chinese zodiac animal array in view of the fact that each horseman rides upon a horse of a different color, drawing similarities between the Book of Revelation, chapter 6, and the five elemental colors of the Far Eastern systems of astrology, where there are five horses of differing colors, which we will discuss momentarily. Moreover, the Chinese zodiac sign of horse correlates to the Western astrology sign of Gemini, the twins. Later on in this presentation, we will be examining each of the four horsemen of the apocalypse and the powers given to each one of them. So stay tuned for that. But right now, we will look at how the Chinese zodiac arrangement and the Western astrology sequence correspond with one another. The elemental colors in the Chinese astrology system, we begin with the earth sign. We have yellow for the element of earth. So it's not just like an earth sign in Western astrology, it's like an earth element. It's an elemental quality, which is represented by the color yellow in the Chinese system. And the element of metal is represented by white. The element of water is represented by black. The element of wood is represented by green, and the element of fire is represented by red. Now, air is not part of the five elements in Chinese astrology. And we're going to tell you now about the angels and the Western Hermetic system, but then right after that, we're going to get into what air does represent in the Eastern mindset. So first, though, the elemental colors in the popular Western Hermetic system, yellow is for air and the Archangel Raphael. White is for spirit and the Archangel Metatron. Blue is for water and the Archangel Gabriel. Black or green is for earth and the Archangel Uriel. And red is for fire and the Archangel Michael or Michael. Now, in the Chinese system of astrology and feng shui, the element of air is not given a place in the five traditional elements, as we alluded to earlier. Now, air is nonetheless considered to be, in some ways, in similitude with the concepts of qi, ki, or prana, more akin to a spiritual element in the Chinese system. This is very much like how the fifth element of ether in Western mystical and Hermetic traditions is a type of celestial essence that saturates all of creation, providing the stuff from which the universe is fashioned. Now, the four horsemen of the apocalypse have significance in the ancient Chinese astrology system. We're going to get into that now. In Revelation chapter 6, the Lamb opens the seven seals, or the seven signs. Keep in mind that the Chinese sign of horse is the seventh sign of Chinese astrology, while sheep or lamb is the eighth sign. Lamb or sheep is a zodiac animal in Chinese astrology that is equivalent to the Western astrology sign of Cancer the Crab. In the Chinese system, the eighth sign is referred to as either sheep or goat. Some decades ago, sheep was the more popular symbol. In recent years, however, goat has become much more popular. But this sheep or goat sign is not related to the sign of Capricorn, however, because the Chinese zodiac sign of ox is in similitude with the Western sign of Capricorn, the goat. So don't let the animals confuse you. It's the time of year that this is really about, and what animals, whatever this civilization is dealing with at a certain time of year. But it's the type of, animal is based on the time of year. Okay? Now, the horsemen of the apocalypse. The white horse of the apocalypse, the rider conquers with a bow and a crown, to later conquer with a sword, to then rule with a rod of iron, all made of various metals. Revelation 6, 1-2, and Revelation 19, 11-16. And remember, Chinese white symbolizes metal, the metal element. This is the white horse and horseman of the apocalypse who rides upon him. Okay, now next, the red horse of the apocalypse. The rider is given power and utilizes it to cause killings, war, and bloodshed, removing peace from the world. Revelation 6:4. Chinese element of fire is red. Okay, so this is the red horse. Now, the black horse of the apocalypse, the rider holds a scale or balance and uses it to cause ruthless famine. Revelation 6:5-6. The Chinese element of water is black, and that's the black horse of the apocalypse, and he holds a scale or a balance in his hand. Now, the fourth horse is the pale green horse of the apocalypse. The rider is death, with hell following him. He is given power to cause a fourth of the population to die from violence, starvation, and attacks from beasts, including infectious illnesses, epidemics, and pestilence. Revelation 7:8. And the Chinese wood element is for the green horse. Now, this is a pale green horse, so there could be some alluding to a fifth horse with the pale green. They always mention pale green. Sometimes they just say pale, sometimes they mention green. But these systems, they all originated from the same source, and then people sort of from their culture took these ancient legends and kind of made it suit their culture. And there are a lot of similarities between, for example, the Chinese astrology and feng shui system and Taoism and the I Ching and the hexagrams and the trigrams, and then the stories in the Bible of Noah's Ark, that kind of thing. There's also associations with Chinese astrology and the great race of the 12 zodiac animals, and how snake beat horse, came in before horse did, finished before horse did, because the snake scared the horse and made him rear up. And of course, that's part of the story of the 12 tribes of Israel and the tribe of Dan, and how there's an adder in the path and the horse rears up. So it's directly from Chinese astrology. So as you can see, there's deep significance and deep correlations and equivalence in these systems. Okay, so we're going to be exploring this more, and thanks so much for watching and listening, and we'll see you soon.